All right, here at the 2013, the inaugural Saugus Showdown. 4 girls defending state champions, divisions 1, 2, 3, and 4 lined up. What a way to open the season. Coach Doug Souls from Great Oak High School. What do you think overall, first off, just the whole environment, the fact of getting these 4 teams together on week number 1?
It's pretty amazing. Saugus did a great job hosting the meet. I'm excited to have our kids here. The kids are having a great time. We got together with Saugus last night and did a big pizza party, and
awesome.
The kids are bonding really well, and they're amazing hosts. Renee's done a fantastic job giving us the opportunity to come and compete, and the course was really good. We liked the course a lot. So just to be able to come out and start the season against the best of the best is a really exciting feeling for our program, and we're excited to be able to compete against them. We haven't had that opportunity for a long time head-to-head in the regular season, so they're the toughest team out there, strength-wise, and so we know if we can hang with them that we can run with people later in the season. So
how does this meet fit in for you in terms of leverage for the rest of the season?
Well, you can't lose in a meet like this. If you come out and you win, then maybe you're as good as you think you are. If you come out and you lose, then you got work to do, and it motivates the kids to go out and work hard. So both Renee and I talked about that. There isn't really a loss in this for either team. It's come out and see where you're at, see where your strengths are, see where your weaknesses are, and just every kid's going to respond differently to the different pressures that you bring. And Saugus brings a lot of pressure. And Jay Sarah's girls ran fantastic. So for a D4 program, I think they showed that not only are they good, but they're very good. So we were very excited to come out here and just mix it up with them across the board. And our younger kids ran really well, and our boys, I thought, ran really well. So just getting the opportunity to compete against the best of the best is what we're looking for at this age, this part of the season, and we'll go from there.
We were talking before the race. You mentioned 2 of your girls, Ashley Hellbig and Chrissy Collane, were injured and not going to run. You made it a point when I'm making excuses. This is our team for at least the first month of the season. This is our best team. With 2 key runners out, how did the rest of the team respond, you feel, in an environment like this?
They responded like a young team. Okay. There's a lot of young kids in there, a lot of sophomores and juniors that hadn't really ever had the opportunity to run in the big race. If you got an opportunity to run the big race early on, Saugus probably isn't the team you want to try to fire with. But like I said, if you get beat, then you learn from it. And that's why we've never been afraid to face anyone, because if we lose, then we have something to go back and say, why did we lose and how do we get better? And so we're excited about that. Those young kids are going to have to look in the mirror and say, am I doing what I'm supposed to do to get better? And I think that's what they'll do. And we'll come back. We're always strong at Woodbridge. I'm sure we'll put 7 girls out there that'll be ready to compete. And straight up, Saugus beat us. They beat the team that we currently have, and they beat us really well. I think they're the best team in California right now, and we're going to have to work hard to chase back after them. In November, I would love to see us stand at the top of the rankings and the California standings again, but we've got some time to get there, and I think that if we can get those kids healthy, we'll be right in the mix.
How you mentioned the ones that did run today? They're a bit of a young group in a sense in terms of experience. How good do you feel knowing what you saw from them this summer? How good do you feel about them knowing what it's going to take the rest of the way from now until late November?
I think the big thing is we'll line up 7 good girls. You look at our frost-off race. We're not going to have a problem finding kids.
Right.
It's just going to be who wants it. So I think we're kind of in that phase we haven't been in for a while. We've known our varsity for a long time. Right now, we don't know who the top 7 girls are, and it's a kind of a fun feeling because it's wide open again, and kids that have sat there and said, well, I'm never going to get past Ashley, or some of these kids can now say, there's an open spot, do I want it?
Right.
So it's good to mix things up and not get complacent, and that was our hope with this meet is, if we come out and win, then great, but if we get beat, then we know that we've got some complacent things that we want to try to overcome. So some of those younger kids are very talented and very good and just maybe weren't ready today. So I think we'll see them bounce back quite well at Woodbridge.
Okay. Over on the boys' side, Isaac Cortez did not run after all today, correct?
Yeah, no,
he did not run. You had basically 2 kids that stepped up really well this summer, and it showed today. Yep. Nick Doan just edged Tony Robinson.
Now they're saying that Tony might have edged him, so I don't know. Whatever their official results were, it's one or the other, but I think Tony was given the official victory on it. So it's really close, but they both, I think, broke the course record, which was held by one of the, I think, Christian or Nolan DeValle or whatever from Golden Valley. So obviously the year they were state champions in D2, very fast kids, and they were running that league final, so I know they weren't jogging it. So if they can run that fast, we got 2 guys faster than what those guys ran. I would say we're going to be a very competitive program this year on the boys' side.
How do you, in general, the boys varsity, how do they respond today, do you feel? About those 2 kids obviously ran really well.
The boys ran fantastic. I think we had some B team guys that came up and said, "Coach, I'm not a B team guy." And that's a really great feeling as a coach. Is kids that don't just go out there and say, well, I'm in a B team uniform, so I must be a B team guy. You know, they'll come out and say, I want a spot. Give me that spot. So to see the boys compete, and that's what we've been seeing in practice, is seeing them compete with each other and decide they want to be at that next level. We've been seeing a lot of that. And so, you know, it's hard until you get on the course. You really just don't know. You know, you can see, you can time trial all you want, but until they put on the GO and go out and have to beat somebody, you don't know how they're going to respond. So very, very excited on the boys this year. You know, you made a comment on that in the rankings that I get excited for the boys, but I think this boys team is very good. I think they proved that today, because those Saugus guys are not slouches. So, you know, and none of those teams are slouches. Those are highly ranked teams and competitive teams in the Southern section. So if we can go out there and compete like that on the boys side here, then, you know, we're gonna go to Woodbridge and try to take on the best teams that are going to be there. We're excited to take on Central, the Central team from Washington, Central Valley, and obviously Arcadia. And I mean, that's a loaded race. So we'll do our best. We'll do our best.
I'm going to put you in the spot here real quick. If you can, on short notice, pick out the star of the meet for the boys program and the girls program today for Great Oak.
You know, I think no doubt it's Nick Doan. I mean, that's his first cross-country race ever, and he nearly pulled off the upset victory over Tony, who's been our #1 guy all summer and really killing it. He's a very talented sophomore. So to see Nick run like that gives us hope that we are going to be as good long-term as we want. Obviously, Isaac runs with those guys, and so when he's back from injury in a couple weeks, I think that gives us a pretty powerful front group. On the girls' side, Audrey Wallace was our #3 today, and that's a girl that, you know, hasn't decided that she wants to be as good in cross country as she has been in track. So to see her step up and run like that today when her team needed her the most was very exciting for us.
All right. All right. 2 more questions. Number 1, next year, if this meet exists again next year, hopefully it does, would you want to see some more high-quality teams added in, or keep it special with just defending champions? What are your thoughts?
You know, I mean, that's going to be up to Renee. I think for us, it's come here and don't screw it up so you get invited again. You know, we try to be on our best behavior. But, you know, I think if we can put ourselves in a situation where this is something that Renee wants to invite us back to year in and year out, I think we'll definitely come back. The kids, you know, the kids are going to learn so much from this. And you know, the other teams that are here, the smaller teams, represented themselves really well. Division III and Division IV are going to have their hands full with those teams. So, you know, we're excited. You just get that much talent in one place. It's great. I like the fact that it had small fields, that it was the best, you know, versus the best, you know, to start off from last year, and so I would say keep it how it is. I mean, we don't need another 200 kid or 200 team invitational. We got those, so something special to start the season is really nice.
Last question. Today the team goes to Michigan Mountain after the meet today. Are you one of those going to hop on those mega roller coasters, or are you going to find a way to go to the snack bar and go to the restroom and just find any reason to stay off of those roller coasters?
I'm going to find some shade, I think. You know, I'm not as tough as I used to be, so I used to be a roller coaster guy, but you know, I'm more of a motion sickness guy now, I think. So I'll probably hide out and maybe talk some more cross country with some of these guys and pretend that I know what I'm talking about.
All right, well, Great Oak, the runners give the opposition some motion sickness because they run so well. Nice job today, Coach. Great Oak, Doug Souls here at the Saugus Showdown.
Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Rich.
Nice
I
job.
appreciate it.